I'm the Kaiju no Kami with
Cruellica Kain
and
Silver Quill.
Yep, special guest as we talk about Ultraman Trigger Episode 1.
Wait, no, you have to get the title right. It's called Ultraman Trigger New Generation Tiga. If you don't get it right, not everyone's going to know what you're talking about.
They might be triggered.
Exactly! Like Way of the House Husband. Or Tachibana.
Honestly, this is the most I've seen him emote in weeks.
I know, right?
Meanwhile, the treachery abounds over here.
What?
Treachery, mentioning the Ta.
Tachibana. There is no Tachibana in this particular episode, nor is there a house husband.
Yet.
But there's no husband at all.
Give it time.
The old guy was a husband?
Okay, I meant for the main character. Well, the main character's a guy. Not that there's anything. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Moving on.
Honestly, there were some very serious relationship issues in this show. I really feel like we need Ultraman counseling.
Yes.
Anyway, yes, so Ultraman Trigger has premiered this weekend on July 10th for Ultraman Day. And, well, why don't you, since you like to recap the episodes, why don't you start?
So we start the episode actually with a female Ultra, which I think was pretty cool because it's the second female Ultra that we've had. The first being an Ultraman Rube.
No, technically it would be the third.
Well, I don't think of Ultra Mother.
Mother of Ultra.
Or Mother of Ultra because she's never really been in combat from what I've seen.
She has.
Well, I haven't seen it, so fine. Third Ultra, unless you talk about the movies or...
I was going to say technically no, but we'll just go on.
Okay, television series. TV series that air on television. This is, I guess, technically the third.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Yes, we're going to go with that because I said so. And he said I was right today, so I'm going to take it for the entire rest of the day.
Victory!
Exactly! Even though that's a different Gundam. Well, it is a Gundam series, but it's a different Ultraman series.
Yep, that's Ginga. Yes.
Alrighty. So, nevertheless, because I'm going way off topic, this female Ultra, she starts looking to attack things. Like, she's searching for...
Triggered.
I was going to keep the mystery.
Because she's been triggered.
No, I made that pun already.
Wait. In this series, if you say you've been triggered, does that mean you're going crazy or you've been triggered?
Marcus!
Turns out I was firing blanks.
Alright, moving on!
Hastily on.
Hastily, very quickly now. So then we come to see our main character. His name is Kenko. Kengo. And he likes plants. It's kind of like watching that one Godzilla movie with Biollante.
Well, I was thinking more of the Matt Damon movie where he grows a garden on Mars.
Oh yes, harvested from his own poo.
Well, they did say the plants couldn't grow without some special nutrient.
Anyways, moving on. We have him leaving the house after we were introduced to his mom.
Who is Reina from Ultraman Tiga.
And he's wearing the plant in a baby holder. I have a hard time processing this. I understand his love for nature. I respect his love for nature. But it's like owning a stroller for a cat. Why? Then we get to Kengo. He's trying to figure out what's going on with plants not growing, which we know from The Martian and other studies saying that the soil on Mars is not suitable.
Yeah, you forgot to mention, I think we forgot to mention they live on Mars.
Oh yeah, we figure out they live on Mars. Sorry about that. Yeah, that would make whole total new sense, especially
Whole total new sense?
Yes, because those are the words I'm using because I was right today. Anyways, so Kengo, he wants to talk to his mom in regards to maybe going deeper into the soil on Mars to find if there's ways to grow any kind of plant life. Well, she is going to see ruins that surprisingly look reminiscent to the ruins from Tiga.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've seen Tiga, you'll know with the Ultra, they actually have the transformation device visible, and then you later find the actual Ultra in stone. And I'll let you take over.
Well, and then they're like, oh, it's starting to light up because of his presence and a monster attacks and...
Well, that's why I wanted you to focus on, because you were so excited about the monster.
Oh yeah, because it's a combination of Goza and Melba fused into one.
What did you think of the monster design?
I don't know why, but with Ultraman and monsters, I always fixate on the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So when I saw the very, very first Ultraman in an American dub, this was back when Netflix mailed you DVDs.
Oh, Bemlar.
So, and its eyes were crossed, and as a brony, crossed eyes are endearing. So I'm like, stop, Ultraman, stop beating up that poor being. It's just
Juicy,
misunderstood.
right?
Yes, it's damn. You're the monster, Ultraman. So this monster, its eyes are always rolled up in the back of its head. It's like, is it climaxing? Is that monster just getting off on this? I mean, dang, dude, dang. You do your own thing, but keep it in private.
So my triggered comment is bad, but his climax comment is fine.
No. I'm processing of why we're going down. This is why I stopped doing the recap, because I feel like. Okay, nevertheless, I think I'll go back to the recap because we're not staying on task, however.
Wait, we're talking about the climax.
Okay, so monster attacks, Goza Melba combination. He blows a hole in the dome, and the dome has additional walls that come up, which was actually kind of cool.
That reminded me of every space sci-fi.
Although, I thought it too slow. I mean, you're looking at an explosive decompression. People should have been flying out that hole like that. I apologize that I seem to be now caught on Freudian terms, but there you go.
So the monster then burrows underground,
which should have opened another hole.
I wondered about that. I was like, wait, if he is he closing up the earth behind him?
Oh, a very considerate monster.
Well, apparently, because he still destroys everything else. But so then we get like this kind of pseudo-emotional moment between the one commander who was originally from Tiga.
The wonderful thing about Tiggers is Tiggers are a wonderful thing. They're bouncy, fancy, tra la 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 la.
So the commander gives basically Kengo a transformation device that looked like a gun, and then similarly to the original device that was used by Tiga.
Yeah, the gun that you put the Gaia memories into.
Oh yeah, Kamen Rider Double gonna sue somebody.
It's not the Gaia memory.
Well, yeah, it's now a Mars memory.
It's just a USB. But
Ultraman trigger! Luna trigger!
Actually, if he passes by the moon next episode, it'd be triggering Luna.
So then we have him transform into multi-form trigger. Multi-type trigger. And it looked like the third form of Tiga, in a way, with the color spectrum.
Well, no, that was Tiga's multi-type originally, too.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, because remember, his sky type was all purple.
Yes.
And the power type was all red.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. So, it's very reminiscent of the original Tiga, which I thought was very cool. It does make me wonder, this is my own fan theory.
If the kid is Daigo, if Daigo is the one who... Because since Daigo and Reina...
had a relationship in the series.
Is that kid Daigo's son? because Daigo is Tiga.
Okay. Despite what I said earlier about watching the first Ultraman, I didn't get very far. I'm woefully behind these two in knowledge.
I'm woefully behind him.
So I cover up before any
I've had a
entrance.
lot. I've had a lot of Ultraman in the last year and a half. I'm going to be going crazy over the remainder of the year with Ultraman.
Thank you, Mill Creek.
It's awesome, but sucks at the same time for me. But hey, you know what's fitting though about Tiga coming out in October?
What?
It works for Halloween month because of the Halloween episode.
Okay, there's only one time I'll genuinely worry. Is if I come up the stairs to your place and you're crouched on the ground and I look down and you suddenly go, boom! and punch me in the face.
But it was kind of interesting. Now, the group that we have in this series is called TPC?
Well,
TPU.
Yeah, instead of TPC, because
Isn't that
TPC was Tiga.
Tiga, yes.
That's
TPU.
what people said when they TP'd my home.
That would be depressing because you live in a condo.
And
so they TP everyone's home.
And the group is Guts Select this time.
I know. I was like, select what? Do I select A, B, X, square?
No,
You select which USB you want to use.
No, you select up, down, left, right, A, B, stop.
Do you want to use Cyclone?
Hard.
Do you want to use Joker?
This is not double, gentlemen. The entire time we're watching the episode, even actually before we watch the episode, where we just see like
The commercial.
commercial for it, I am listening to the two of them talk about double, lawsuits, and trying to make all these jokes in regards to what they could do.
Double your fun. Double mint gum.
Yes. Now let's continue to talk about this show in which two beings unite into one to fight evil using USB drives. Totally no similarities.
But there is not two beings merging for this particular series.
Yes, when you have a man, you have an Ultraman, something very magical happens between them.
If it's going along the lines of Tiga, though, which I know you haven't watched the series, so I feel like one up on you,
Ooh.
is Tiga and the Ultra, well, Daigo and Tiga were basically the same being.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like what it seemed like here. That when he was in, oh god, that sounds terrible. When he's in costume as Trigger, you actually saw, when you saw him, you saw the hovering of the mask over him. Kind of like...
Because he's not sharing the body.
No, he's not been ironically killed and then resurrected by an Ultra who feels guilty for killing somebody and then automatically always transforming. I just thought about something. Why is Ultraman of any form always killing their hosts?
They're not always killing it. Remember, Zero didn't kill the one dude. The dude saved a kid from getting hit by a car.
Okay,
or
why
rubble.
do a majority of them kill
They
their
don't
hosts?
kill- It was only the original Ultraman that accidentally killed his host.
I kind of feel like many of
Because remember,
them...
in return, Go died saving the dog.
He's dead!
Well, you see, in that case, Ultraman was like, do not pass go.
In Ace, Hokuto and Manami died in an explosion.
Unnecessary explosion.
Alright.
And then in Taro, he died.
Do you not see a running theme where these people die? Okay, moving on because this is a completely different show.
No, it's actually, I mean, you are familiar with the hero's journey.
But don't.
What?
Alright. You start out...
I stopped you.
You start out and you see a character living their normal life, the quote-unquote mundane as living in a space colony on Mars can be.
True.
And a moment of destiny comes along that causes a death of the old life. And for a time, you are in the underworld. You are moving through the unknown. You have no comprehension of what your life is going to be right now. You have... Your old self is dead. It's just Ultraman takes that somewhat literally.
Well, the character who was Tiga, his name was Daigo.
And now it's Ken Go. See Ken. See Ken Go. Ken Go Go.
Okay, so he transforms into Trigger, and we have a freaking awesome as hell fight sequence with the camera work.
I got dizzy.
Oh my god, I love
Well, because it was like, you're on the ground, and I was like, okay. I am having vertigo
It
right
was
now.
so awesome. Oh my god, it was so cool just watching it. And then when it's spinning around above them as they're tossing and turning and everything, it was like, yes, I missed this camera work. Why haven't we had this type of camera work in Zenkaiger?
Meanwhile, I'm going like...
Because it's a different property.
Speaking of which, speaking also on the Zenkaiger disc right now.
Here we go.
The green screen, way better than Zenkaiger. Saying it now.
This is true.
I have no way of refuting that.
Okay, anyway, so they're fighting not Golza Melba, and the female Ultra ish character shows up and comes in and starts attacking. So we have a two-way battle. We have an orgy going on.
Wow, guys.
Look, I'm just saying Ultraman conjures up some Freudian terminology. It's...
Well, he's a man in rubber that grows.
Oh my god!
Now, in truth, monsters are often an expression of our subconscious desires, including sexual. That's where we get mermaids and vampires.
Oh my god, I give up. I quit.
Oh, tonight we break Cruellica.
Oh my god.
About time.
But anyways.
So we have our battle. He wins. Oh no, he gets a sword. I've got a toy.
Which
Say it.
thought was cool.
Say it. Come on, just say it.
Okay, when we were watching the commercials, his comment to me, even though I did not say one word, was like, no, you can't have it because we have not watched the series yet. And then it happens during the episode, and you know what I'm going to say. I want the gimmicks. Because for me, if you don't have a fun gimmick in a tokusatsu show, you're kind of lacking something. Yes, I understand watching that one funny-ass video from the Philippines.
Oh yes, the trouble with modern-day Kamen Rider.
Yes, the more you have of gimmicks, the more challenging it becomes. But god damn it, the gimmick is fun!
Yeah, when I pre-ordered the Agito CSM belt earlier today, she's like, it's cool, but it doesn't have a gimmick. I'm like, yeah, the gimmick is you press the side of the belt and your form changes.
There's nothing.
Agito. Okay, sorry. For a minute there I was thinking of, what's the one? Cast Off.
That's Kabuto.
Kabuto. Okay.
Cast off. But anyway, so Trigger gets the sword. Kelly wants the sword. Then we...
I thought you wanted the gun.
I wanted that
She
too.
wants both.
I want all of it. I want all the gimmicks.
She wants the Gaia memories, the sword.
They're not Gaia memories.
Okay, fine. The not Gaia memories.
They're not Gaia memories either. They are just USBs.
Wait, two wrongs do make a right in this case. So that you're saying they are Gaia memories because they're not.
Oh my god.
So he wins. Evil Lady Ultra disappears, saying, I'll get you next time, Gadget.
Actually, she's more like, I wouldn't have this any other way. My Ultra ex-girlfriend. I'm sorry, every vibe she's giving off is...
It really was. And I actually like how you said it's Ultra Ex-Girlfriend, because there's that show, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, which is hilarious. So now I'm thinking that she's going to break out in song like the woman does in Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, which would be hilarious.
Oh.
But there are 3 evil Ultras. We see this multiple times throughout, like, kind of, like, trailerish type things. So we have opportunities to see this particular Ultra again, and the 2 others.
And then, so the episode that ends with this girl and her brother, or these 2 kids, like, she's like, oh, look, the giants, they're on Earth, because they ask Kengo to go to Earth with them to join Gut Select. And the girl's like, oh, look, the Giant of Light exists, Dad was right. And she looks at her brother, and the brother's like, oh, and he's holding a Gaia memory. Dun, dun, dun!
Once again,
Episode
these are
ends.
not Gaia memories.
We didn't get the opening theme in this episode, so we don't know what the opening theme is. The ending theme was okay.
Well, I'm just thinking of how they phrase, can Kengo go to Earth?
What did you think of the ending theme?
You can ignore me all you want. It'll only make it worse.
I don't know anymore. I feel lost and alone.
Oh, you're in the underworld phase. You suffered a death of yourself, which is pretty much when we broke you. Now we're kind of waiting for a mystical guide or help. Maybe the boatman to help ferry you across the river, so to speak.
Well, as long as it's not Navi, I'm good.
Then you will have a rebirth.
But what's wrong with Navi?
Hey, listen, we don't want to talk about that.
Ah!
Go Kaijas! You will find...
I was thinking of the other.
I know.
But I enjoyed the episode. For a first episode, compared to Zet and a number of other Ultras that we've seen, this was actually really engaging. I'm a little concerned with his unnatural attachment to this flower, but I like his positivity. He actually also is focused on having everyone smile.
Do you want to see how his love for that flower blossoms later on?
Not like that, you sickos.
Well, don't look at me. I was...
Oh, you were thinking it.
It was just a pedo joke.
That didn't work as well.
Not quite so much, but you got to turn over a new leaf on that. But actually, I was thinking something totally different. Two different things. One, the way he has a baby carrier on his chest for this thing. I'm thinking of Ultraman Death Standing.
Oh my god, I was thinking of Death Stranding as well.
And two, he wants that flower to bloom. We didn't really talk about how everything else they've attempted has withered. So this is like his main hope. But I think that's a new strain of marijuana he's putting together. I think he wants to make everyone smile because that thing is going to get you high as can be.
It's gonna
oh my god, it's going to be like History of the World.
It's going to make you as high as if you were on Mars.
It's going to make you as high as if you were Ultraman.
Speaking of Death Stranding, did you hear they're doing a director's cut? I heard
Of a video game?
I heard they're going to put fun into it.
Ooh, that'd be an innovation.
But this episode, I enjoyed it. I have to stay on track because apparently these two are
The
like
episode
the
was
dog
awesome.
from Up.
The camera work.
Squirrel!
The camera work was so freaking amazing. And I'm just happy to be back into the Tiga universe. So I like Tiga.
Well, you feel like you got shafted a lot with Tiga. Well, because they didn't show any of the monsters in other shows.
Oh yeah, they barely did anything with the Tiga monsters in the other stuff, except for Gold.
And what did you think?
Well, like I said, I'm really far behind these two. So Squirrel?
But yeah, I thought it was a great premiere. I think Zet's premiere was maybe a little bit stronger, but I do think this was a really good premiere.
I haven't seen enough of Ultraman to compare it, but I enjoyed it. I thought the characters were likable. Nothing's too... The only thing... I realize this sounds silly to say when I'm talking about a Martian colony, but the only thing that really took me out of it was the abysmal security they have.
No, it was a little light on security.
Oh,
Well, especially when he walked past...
It was a little light on security.
she doesn't want to
No,
acknowledge.
I'm not going there.
I
not.
during the show, I made the joke. There were two guys who just had lights on their shoulders, and I thought, what a terrible job. You're literally just the flashlight for the group.
Well, you're also the X for any enemies. If you need to know where to shoot, they are the perfect target.
Actually, they would be the first target. If I were in Abyssian horror, I'd probably go for the guys with the lights first to cast the rest of the group in darkness and scare them. I've thought about this.
Apparently, I'm a little concerned.
But yeah, fun episode. Solid overall.
I'm looking forward to next week. I know we only have...
I don't know if next week might be the last before the Olympic
That's
break.
what I'm thinking, because the Olympics will be taking place over 3 weeks.
21st to August 3rd or something?
Yeah, about 2 to 3 weeks.
So, welcome to the Corruption Games.
The Hunger
No,
Games?
I always think of it as the measuring contest.
But, solid episode. If you're over next week and we watch it, are you interested in it?
Might be game. If I can make more Freudian jokes.
No, I'm gonna limit you for making your jokes. Even if I did prevent you somehow from making the jokes, you would still find a way of making the jokes.
Alright, so yes, if you...
Wow!
Yes, what did you guys think of Ultraman Trigger's first episode? Have you seen Tiga? Let us know in the comments. Click like, subscribe, the bell notification. Whatever else YouTube has you clicking on to support me. You can support us on Patreon, Kaiju no Kami, Facebook, Kaiju no Kami, Instagram, Kaiju no Kami. What did I forget? Twitter, Kaiju no Kami. And the website, Creativity by Design, LLC. Final thoughts.
I was just gonna say let's promote Silver Quill as well.
Yeah, promote Silver Quill.
Who's Silver Quill?
He's the most awesome guy. He's the one who makes this funny.
So if you like Silver Quill or would like to see a little bit more of his antics, you can find him on YouTube and Twitter.
MLP Silver Quill.
Which he has a great channel as well.
Thank you.
And I would say my final thoughts are thank you if you finished this video, because we have definitely gone off topic more times than ever.
Fun.
So hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully you return.
And hey, I thought it was a fun first outing for Ultraman, and a good time. I mean, part of me is a little sad that we're going back to Earth now.
I know.
We didn't really comment on the Gut Select vehicles, which really haven't gotten a full debut of their abilities.
Yeah, we only really saw them in the toy commercial.
In the toy commercial. Oh, but actually that is one thing. I'm so unfamiliar with Ultraman that when they cut away as his warning light was going off, and they were doing commercials for the show, I was like, wait, is that it? I thought they left us with a cliffhanger. If not for these two, I might have stopped watching right there.
Well, it is a little distracting when you have the commercials, especially if the commercials are so perfectly in sync with the episode, because when we were watching Zats, and for anybody who's done with us, you can definitely stop watching. When they were doing Zats, they actually had commercials that seamlessly went with the episode. So there were times where we think we're watching the episode still.
Well, a fun time is what I.
But yeah, it was kind of interesting. But then it'd be kind of annoying because you'd have those commercials, and then sometimes you have the YouTube commercials. Then, where you'd be like, "But we just had the regular ads. Why do we have these ads?"
Because YouTube hates us all.
But yes, solid first episode. Check it out if you haven't done so already, and it's nice to be able to watch it legally.
Well, yes, we are watching it legally, which you should be doing as well. So on that little soapbox moment, bye.